All right. So, how do you know that you're here? Or how do you know where you are? How do you know you're even there in the first place? And what an experience is, for sure, definitely, the evidence proving beyond a doubt that I'm here, like I always felt I have been. So there might be a thought that says that I'm here in relation to the outside world. That I know the outside world is there because I see it. So I'm seeing from here. And there's one thing for sure that I see a world. I see something. There is appearance. So in that, how do we know that I am here? We can explore the senses. Where I feel like I am, have we ever actually looked at it? Because it surely feels like I'm here and the world is out there. So we're looking firstly we look at the thought. So there's thought that tells me I'm here and the world's out there, and I'm sure of that. Where is the thought happening? Where am I aware of the thought experience? And can it be found? Can it actually be found, directly observed, to be somewhere? So a thought appears, and then, there might be a thought saying that my thoughts appear in my brain, inside my head, because that's what I've learned. But my immediate experience of that, how do I know that the thought isn't out there? Do I hear the thought in between my ears? Is it localized within a specific part of experience? How do I know that the thought's not out there and in here? Can that be observed? The thought itself, there might be a thought conclusion saying the brain creates my thoughts. My thoughts feel like they're in here, but that's just another thought. We're talking about the immediate and direct experience of thought. Where exactly is it in experience? Because there is thought. Is it possible to know where and what that thought is? Does it have any sort of location? So then we'll turn to the seeing, because there is an appearance. There is something here. There is an experience. How do I know that I am in here, seeing a world out there? In the seeing, is there any definition between the outside world and me who's looking in here, directly in the seeing? Is there a division here somewhere in the seeing? Can I look or turn my awareness back to where I'm looking from and observe me, the one who's looking? Is there even an answer to that? How do I know that the outside world isn't in here? How do I know where I'm seeing from? The thought might say, I'm seeing the world out there, it seems to be out there, so relative to that, me as the looker is in here. But is that the experience? How do I know that the outside world doesn't appear within me, within what I am? We could maybe consider the dream analogy, that when I dream, the entire world appears within me. How do I know that this isn't a dream? How do I know that all of this doesn't appear within me? What would I have to use to conclude or confirm anything about that? And what is the immediate and direct experience of it? Can it even be described or explained? If this is all rendered inside my mind, then where is my mind? Directly, without using thought to describe it, because we've just seen that there's no location to thought. That's not a conclusion, that's another sentence, another thought, but we're just looking here. If this external world is only external and out there relative to me in here, then where am I? Why isn't there a dividing line? Why doesn't it stop? Why is it a very vague assumption that I stop here in the looking itself? Like, what is that? Is that not really weird? Is that not a miracle? Is that not really strange? I just can't find myself in the looking. It may be easier to find myself in thought because I can define it using thought. But why can't I find where I am in the looking without using thought? Without using a thought, an assumption, a conclusion to define it? How do I know that this isn't thought experiment here? How do I know that this isn't a drone and my mind is somewhere else? How do I know that this body isn't being piloted from a different location relative to this body? How do I know that this isn't a dream? How do I know anything about this? Why would I assume that my self is here? Or where I think it is. So then we turn to the sound. In the hearing and the sound, how do I know that the sound is out there and I'm in here relative to that sound? Can I find a hearer of the sound? separate from or distinct from the sound itself? And how do I know where that is? Why does it seem like it's between my ears? In the actual sound itself, is it clear where the sound is at all? If I don't label it based on this assumed relative position of where I think I am. This might seem ridiculous to some people that this is even a question, but if we close our eyes and listen to the sound, the direct and immediate experience of just the heard, can I know where that is without a thought? Is it really anywhere? If we dial right into the sound, are there actually distinct sounds? Where am I aware of the sound? Or where is the awareness of the sound? Or the knownness of the sound? Is the awareness of sound, does it know distance? Or is it just aware? Is the awareness of the thought, does it know location? Or is it just known? Is the awareness of the scene, is there any delay? Is there any of this that's not completely, immediately simultaneous? Does the awareness know distance? Does the awareness know different parts of this or different objects? From the point of view, let's say, of just the awareness, just the knowing of it. So then we can turn our attention to the physical sensation. We close our eyes and move our attention to the body and focus on just the sensations, not the thought about the form of the sensations, but just the sensations, and see, is it defined? What is it that's giving it definition? What is it that's giving it shape and size? Does the sensation neatly fit into this form of physicality in just the sensation? Does it neatly fit into the map or the mental picture of what I feel or think my body looks like? Is it possible to be aware of all of the sensation simultaneously at once? Again, this might seem ridiculous to some people, but when you really look, when you really experience, that map that we're putting onto the sensation isn't actually there in the sensation. It's like a big no, I'm not gonna say what it's like actually. You can feel what it's like, and it in the sensation it really isn't what the way the mind's framing it in these dimensions. What size is the sensation? So the tactile sensation in my hands, what size is it? What is the size of that sensation? Is it bigger than that B&Q over there? Is it bigger than a car? Is it atomic in size? Is there a size to it at all? Do I have to pull back to a subjective position, to a view, for that sensation to be completely aware of itself? Or is it just totally, completely, and immediately, inherently already aware? Is the scene already there before I think about it? So then, do I need to think about it to get an answer? Is the herd already there before I think about it? Does the herd come before the scene? Does the felt come before the herd? What's most primary in experience? What's added to this? Could it be the thought? What's actually coming and going in experience? And what's not? Anyway, that'll do for now. Talk to you next time.